What up? What up? Let me share this too. We're gonna see how this goes. What's good, everybody? How we doing? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Show starts in approximately 17 minutes. But we're here early. A lot happened this past weekend. TNA had their Slammiversary this past weekend. I didn't get to watch the whole show, but I saw the highlights. I saw the clips. Um, Needless to say, I am very surprised at the outcome of a few of the matches this weekend. Was definitely wasn't expecting things to go the way that they did, for sure. But here we are. I will say though, the good thing coming out of TNA is now everybody is talking about TNA as a number 2 promotion and its potential to actually become the number 2 promotion, beating out AEW. Considering the turnout that they had, the show that they were able to put on, minus the few production errors, but that was funny. Um, but I do appreciate the conversation of TNA becoming the number 2 brand. I do appreciate that because I think they do have the potential. I really do. Burn was good. Was happening. Yeah, they from what I've seen and what I've heard and what I've read, they put on a really good show. They actually put on a really good show. Um, Not all of the outcomes coming out of Slammiversary was necessarily the best, or not everybody is necessarily happy about a lot of the outcomes coming out of Slammiversary. But I do believe that the show was really good for what it was. Yeah, TNA is getting a lot of really good exposure right now, and that's good for them because they need it for the TV deal. And that's potentially why WWE is holding their belts, because it probably helps them get that TV deal. We already know that the champions are over at NXT pulling numbers, so it makes sense. But at the same time, it's like I understand the frustration from a lot of like TNA fans that are like, how's WWE just gonna take uh our top two belts? You know, spoilers for anybody that hasn't watched Slammiversary yet. My apologies. Um, so I understand a lot of people's frustration, but I can appreciate the fact that TNA is now getting a lot of attention, and a lot of really good attention too. There were some production errors and mishaps, but people aren't really talking about that. People are talking about TNA as a whole, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. We're just doing reaction streams for right now on YouTube and Kick, because that's all I can do right now. I think Jay will lose one of the belts. Yes. I don't know if they're going to keep the belts on her for very long. It's kind of like how they did it with Stephanie, where she didn't hold the belts for very long. Right? So I don't think they're going to. I don't know. You never know. But I don't know if they're going to keep both belts on her for very long. One of those belts are going to change. Which one, I don't know. I don't think they're going to take both belts away from her. But one of them are going to change soon. As hard as they've been pushing JC, they're gonna keep her champ for a little while. So one of the belts are gonna change though. I do think it's more likely that she'll hold the TNA belt and drop the NXT belt. I do think that's a more likely scenario. Um, and Jordan Grace or Jada uh, will end up with the NXT belt, or even Fallon Henley, because they've been hinting at that too. We end up with the NXT belt while JC holds the TNA Knockouts Championship for a little while. I think that's probably going to be the most likely scenario. But they've been throwing so many curveballs, you never know at this point. Triple H booking and Shawn booking, they'll take the belts off of her when they're ready. Like I said, I don't think she'll be double belted for very long, but I do think she'll stay champion for at least another few months. I wouldn't be surprised if JC remains champion up until Stand and Deliver. Because my weekend was good. My weekend was good. Mm-mm. 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 Yep, Roman's back. Roman is back. I'm still like blown away at the fact that they got me with that one. They definitely got me. But we'll see. Roman's now a Raw guy. He's not a SmackDown guy. uh, Apparently, he's going to address Paul Heyman tonight. So we'll see what happens there. One thing I do appreciate is that everybody has been saying that uh, they have well wishes for Seth, and they actually want Seth to get better, while still staying in kayfabe. Me, like, because I want to beat him up myself, but everybody's like, no, everybody's wishing Seth actually gets better. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Second, you say, well, Roman's a SmackDown guy. I know, right? Literally, like, you can't write that shit. As soon as I said it, They needed someone to take over while Seth is out. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't think Roman was supposed to come back this soon. I really don't. But they called him. They were like, "Hey, we got to move your timetable up because Seth is out." Oh, by the way, Biz, I started Double Zero, so I'm giving Double Zero a shot. I'm only 3 episodes in, but I started it, and it's past my rule, so I'm gonna give it a fair shake. Why that one? Well, because it seems like the one I'd be most interested in, and it's got newer animation, which I kind of like a little bit better. So that's partly why. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind the vintage animation and stuff like that. Like 90s animation and anime is sometimes it's top tier, but um, I do appreciate slightly newer, more updated animation. Oh, you saw the new one? How'd you like it? I haven't seen it yet. I'll be opening Discord momentarily. And the thing with Double Zero 2 is it's in a separate universe. So it's not like I'm missing context by starting there. My understanding is it's not connected to UC. So I'm not missing anything. I do plan on going back to the UC, and I think I'm going to start with the movies instead of the show. So it would condense all of that down a little bit better, I think. What you mean, shake my head? What's that supposed to mean? You didn't send me the list. I'd asked you to send me a list of where I should start, and you didn't. So I had to make my own decision. I was willing and open to taking your advice and your guidance on it, but you didn't come through. Face palm that, sir. Well, where would you have told me to start? And why? Because I'm only 3 episodes in the Double Zero. I can put it on hold if you give me a compelling reason to start somewhere else. Isn't Wing like super melodramatic though? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, but Wing is like it's like melodramatic to the sense of like angsty teenagers and shit like that. And I don't know if I'm gonna be into that.
It is time for our main event, the gauntlet match, to determine who faces Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. Tonight, Braun Breaker runs.
Yeah, but Wing takes it to the next level though.
Breaker goes through everything and everyone in his way. Tonight, Braun Breaker emerges as the #1 contender. Tonight, Braun Breaker punches his stamp to SummerSlam. Braun Breaker goes on to SummerSlam. Braun Breaker defeats Gunther at SummerSlam. Main event Jay, making the climb. Oh no! Big Bronson Reed. There are no disqualifications. Reed can do whatever the hell he wants. Braun Breaker has been in this match for
But why is that? Biz, why? That's my question. It's not like Wing isn't on my list, but why should I start there?
and Reed down with an elbow to Punk. Punk's got some backup. Jey Uso getting to hit some of Big Bronson. Breaker, whip with a spear. Punk intercepted him. Go to sleep. Punk into the cover. Punk's going to SummerSlam. Bronson Reed and company looking for the last laugh. Jey Uso trying to come to his aid. And Breaker with a spear. Double teaming Punk. If it continues to go this way, CM Punk isn't going to make it to SummerSlam. Neither is Jey Uso. The OTC is back. Superman punch. Look at the power. This place has come unglued. The sins of Paul Heyman are about to haunt him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we know CM Punk will battle for the World Heavyweight title in 12 nights here at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Will Roman Reigns be involved in that event as well? The first ever two-night SummerSlam. Sami Zayn returns tonight, a few weeks removed from injuries sustained at the hands of Karrion Kross. The underdog of the underground vows to make Kross.
If Carrion doesn't win tonight, we riot. I just made a burger. That was my dinner.
And the arrival of the Judgment Day, carrying all the gold here tonight.
Dom driving?
You ready? Ready. Why don't you head inside? I'll valet the car.
All right, bet. See you out there.
Keys, sir. Hey, what are you doing? This is harassment, AJ.
I'm valet. I hope you get cleared today.
Yeah, we're going to find out if Dominic's cleared for the match with AJ Styles at SummerSlam. That'll happen tonight.
My account info. Be to personality. Let's see here. To personality. That won't work.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, last week, CM Punk ran the gauntlet, and he gets his first opportunity at the World
Can
Heavyweight
set
Championship.
me free.
A week from this coming Saturday is the epic two-night SummerSlam, where Corey Graves, Punk, will take on the champion.
All of Punk's success, he is about
That's not what I want to do.
at SummerSlam. It will be the
That
best
one.
in the world. CM Punk, and to borrow a phrase from the great Harley Race, facing the greatest wrestler walking God's green earth today, the ring general, Gunther.
Here it is. Personality.
It is loud tonight in Houston. Sold out at the
There you
Toyota
go.
Center.
That link should work.
Is it great to be alive on a Monday night in Houston, Texas, or what? Houston, I am happy to be here. It's lovely to see you all. When I came back, I had a couple of goals. Main event WrestleMania, become WWE Heavyweight Champion. One of those things I've done. The other one I've been working on. It's a little hard around here. Sometimes you get sidetracked. Sometimes people take things personally, but all the distractions are now on the back burner, and I can now focus on that goal of being world champion. Last week, I won a gauntlet match. Made me #1 contender to Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship. Now, all nicknames aside, Gunther is one of the best wrestlers in the world. I'm looking very, very forward to lacing him up and locking up with Gunther. And I can't promise a win, ladies and gentlemen, but with you all cheering me like you do,
and hand to the screen, anybody sitting at home watching on Netflix, if you're gonna be there live in New Jersey for SummerSlam. I can promise you that I will leave it all in the ring. I will not quit. I will give you everything I have. I look at Gunther and I see one of the best wrestlers in the world, Intercontinental Champion for 666 days on his second run with the World Heavyweight title. And I only got 2 weeks to prepare for this beast. But Houston, then I remembered, oh, wait a second. You've been training for this your entire life. You are prepared. You are CM Punk.
No, Goldberg was Gunther's first defense, I think.
So to Gunther and whatever fans he has, understand I am not just any other wrestler. I am not just any other challenger. I am the best in the world.
Well, here is a man who could very well prove that is not the case. The man who retired Bill Goldberg a couple of weeks back at Saturday night's main event. One of the most dominant champions we've ever seen, Corey. He's held the title around his waist over 80% of his time here in WWE. His name is Gunther.
Perhaps the best professional wrestler in the world, as indicated by the gold strapped around his waist. Gunther would love to add CM Punk to the growing list of names that he has taken out.
Also for Gunther, success at SummerSlam. Remember last year, Gunther won his first World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam. Can he retain the championship this year?
Got a staring match here, chat.
Well, first of all, I'm very excited to hear. Well, let's cut to the chase then, Punk, huh? I did not come out here to throw insults at you. I did not come out here to create any drama. But let me point out some similarities here. We're both here for the same reason, not to make friends, but to make money and win championships. You consider yourself the best in the world, I consider myself the best in the world. You got a massive ego. And you've been away 10 years. Every week they chanted your name, so don't blame you for it. I got a massive ego. But Punk, the thing is, my ego is justified. Because unlike yours, it's not based on what they think. That's worthless. My ego is based on results. And you just listed all my accolades. It's very simple. The best in the world is the man that holds the World Heavyweight Championship. I only focus on what happens after the bell rings, Punk. And at SummerSlam, that bell will ring. And when it does, I'm gonna make you regret that you ever stepped foot into a professional wrestling ring. I'm gonna maul you, I'm gonna push you around, I'm gonna choke you out, I'm gonna drop you like a wet towel. And you're gonna wake up staring at the lights and realizing I was right. You will never be a World Heavyweight Champion. You will never be the best in the world. But you know what? Seems to mean a lot to you. At least you got those degenerates chanting for you for the rest of your life.
Short and sweet from the World Heavyweight Champion. In a week from Saturday, it all begins. An epic two-night SummerSlam. Punk, Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Stephanie.
Right now standing by with La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie, recently you've had some issues with Chelsea Green and her secret Purvis. What's your take on the situation?
Chelsea Green is not my problem. Yo soy su problema. Porque ella no sabe con quién se está metiendo.
Stephanie Vaquer! Or however you say it.
Why she say it like that, bro?
But I am the women's world
Stephanie Vaquer.
champion.
I know who you are.
Good, newbie. I just want to let you know that after I win the triple threat match at SummerSlam, it's going to be me and you at Clash in Paris.
If you survive.
Oh, I'm going to survive. I'm going to beat Rhea, and I'm also going to do what you couldn't do, and that's beat Io. And since you want to be so smart, Io was walking you like a dog before that match got interrupted. Unfinished business like that? Baby girl, I won't let that slide, but that's just me. Anyway, see you in Paris. Oui, oui.
Insufferable.
Can't wait till they take the belt off of her. I feel like the Rusev experiment has been a failure.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 270 pounds, from Bulgaria, Rusev.
The menacing, barbaric Rusev. To use Sheamus' words,
doing
this
this
is going
again.
to be a banger. Sheamus and Rusev run it back live on
Again.
Netflix. Rusev shot you a nasty look as he walked by the announce table. What did you do to him?
I couldn't tell you, to be perfectly honest, but it's not going to make me look any harder to try to figure it out. This man is absolutely terrifying. A lion of a human being, as fierce as the day is long. Ready to run back, as you said, another banger with Sheamus.
I want to remind everyone that this coming Saturday and Sunday, WWE takes over Mexico. Mexico City on Saturday, beautiful Monterrey on Sunday. Tickets are on sale now via WWE.com/WWE. events. Rusev been taken aback that Sheamus won another match against him after Rusev won in controversial manner last month.
Perhaps the means Rusev employed were controversial, but at the end of the day, that was one of the hardest hitting fights we've seen in WWE in quite some time. And we know that Sheamus has a weird fascination for physicality.
Yeah. Fetish?
I was not going to use that word. That was the first thing that came to mind, but I tried to shy away from it. I know we're on Netflix.
Yeah, they just keep running him back with Sheamus. It's just like, all right, well, this is boring. Damn, Sheamus don't even get a TV entrance, bro.
It's
damn,
fight
it's messed up.
night, baby!
From Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds,
Sheamus has this massive smile on his face, and he's about to go into one of the most physical battles of his career here tonight.
The Celtic Warrior wouldn't want it any other way.
Interesting relationship with these two men over the years. We'll get into all that in just a moment as the Celtic Warrior, four-time world champion, surefire Hall of Famer, gets set for action here tonight against Rusev. Sheamus never ages, does he?
Not at all. Quite impressive.
The scowl from Rusev. Sharp contrast to the way Sheamus looks tonight. Two about to bring the juice tonight, Sheamus and Rusev. Friends turned bitter rivals met for the first time in a long while last month.
These are the closing moments of their previous encounter. As you see, 3 weeks ago, battling on the turnbuckle, Rusev with a thumb to the eye and then would expose the turnbuckle strut. Watch what happens next. Oh, driving Sheamus' sternum first into the steel, which opened the door for Rusev to deliver a thunderous Machka kick on the temple of the Celtic Warrior, and the W belongs to Rusev.
So tonight in Houston, Texas on Monday Night Raw, for the fourth time in their career, these two go one-on-one as Sheamus look for the bro kick out of the box.
Sheamus understands he isn't going to get paid by the hour, looking to end this one early with a bro kick. Here we go. Buckle up, grit your teeth.
Sheamus has never defeated Rusev in a one-on-one matchup. Looking to do that here tonight for the very first time in his career. And these two already
Well,
wearing
Pat
each
was
other
tired.
out. Sheamus with a
He
big
was
right hand to the
overworked.
face of Rusev, driving Rusev into the barricade.
All of the
And now sending Rusev
yeah,
back
this
into the ring.
show.
And Rusev went
He
for
had
an
a lot of
elbow. Sheamus
ESPN
rolling out
obligations
of
too,
harm's way.
so he was burnt
And a
out.
big kick.
That's the tide turner Rusev was
Like, he
waiting
talked about
for.
it on his show.
Perfectly
He was
timed,
burnt out.
perfectly placed, and now Rusev in control.
Nice suplex by Rusev, and Sheamus stunned off that kick by the former three-time United States champion. And another one delivered by Rusev, and there's the power. Cover now, and a kick out by Sheamus at one. You talked a lot, Corey, about the relationship between these two men and what Rusev felt about Sheamus when Rusev left the company a number of years ago.
Rusev believed that the one man he could count on, his best friend Sheamus, turned his back on him, left Rusev out to dry, left Rusev to fend against the Wolves alone. And Rusev resents that.
Yeah, said he never heard from Sheamus once he left WWE. These two weren't only rivals, but they were friends for a long time. Teammates, of course, part of the League of Nations with Del Rio and Barrett back in the day. And now Sheamus with Rusev up on his shoulders.
Incredible power.
And a rolling senton by Sheamus puts him in control. And the Celtic Warrior, the knee right to the chest of Rusev. Cover now. Is it enough? And a kick out again. These two know that these early pinfall attempts are not going to put the opponent away.
Most likely not, but what it does do is force your opponent to exert extra energy. You have to kick out of 3, 4,
Why
5
is
pinfall
Bailey and
attempts.
Lyra
You're gonna get yourself-
teaming up
find
for a
yourself
tag
laying out a
team
win.
championship match?
I think we tend to forget sometimes, Corey, what Rusev accomplished.
Is there a
here
reason
in
for this
WWE
that I
in his
missed or
first
something?
run. His first 14 months here, he was never pinned or submitted. One of the most dominant superstars at that time.
Rusev eager to reestablish his dominance here on Monday Night Raw.
Rusev bounced into the corner. There's a reversal.
This is definitely looking like it's going to be a sleeper for sure. Like, I'm sitting here trying not to fall asleep. Like, it's not exciting for me at all.
Just looks down on everyone.
Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm thinking about ending stream on Twitch and or YouTube and Kick.
So that they don't follow him down the wrong path.
Because it's like, this is boring.
Say that Rusev needs to be preaching to everybody.
Are you going to tell him to shut up?
No, not at all. Great power by Rusev that driving Sheamus to the canvas.
And Rusev in no hurry, taking his sweet time, using a methodical pace to launch these attacks on the Celtic Warrior because disdain aside, Rusev knows what Sheamus is capable of. Case in point.
You can't take your time. You got to stay on the attack with Sheamus. That brief interlude with the WWE
Roman's not
fans
going to
may
be to
have
the end of
caused
the show, obviously.
Watch this impact. Oh, goodness.
They might have caught Rusev on the bottom of his chin, rocking the jaw of the Bulgarian.
These two men so evenly matched in the ring, as tough as they come. Both enjoy a good fight, good Donnybrook.
This is exactly what Houston's own Booker T would refer to as no bread, no water, just meat.
Oh! And Rusev hanging up Sheamus on the top rope.
Oh my goodness, what a knee lift.
And another one, Rusev falls to the floor. And Sheamus.
What the heck is Sheamus thinking?
The Celtic Warrior.
This is nuts.
For the top rope.
Sheamus thought better of it.
Yeah, Sheamus said, well, maybe not.
Wait a minute.
He's going to try it again. Sheamus back to the top rope a second time. Feeding off the sellout crowd here tonight. Sheamus takes out Rusev.
Are you not entertained?
You got to give Sheamus credit. Corrected himself and then still was able to come off the top rope.
There's still work to be done.
And now Rusev with a reversal.
Wait a minute,
Sheamus
wait a minute.
now, and
Look at
Rusev.
this. Whoa!
All-away slam on top of the announce table to the floor. Sheamus hit the back of his head hard. Rusev has taken control.
Rusev able to roll himself back inside of the ring. The Celtic
that's pretty
Warrior,
factual,
Sheamus
actually,
still down
backwards.
behind our announce table.
Yeah, our official Rod Zapata down here checking on Sheamus to make sure he's okay. Rusev with a fall-away slam. Sheamus hit the table hard.
And right now, Rusev is pleading with Rod to begin his count. He'll take a victory by countout.
Of course he will. I wouldn't want to go any further than Sheamus either. Sheamus trying to drag himself to his feet. The official now at a count of 4.
I just caught a glance inside Sheamus's eyes, and they are glazed over, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure Sheamus knows where he's at right now as he collapses. A count of 8 now by the official. Sheamus at 9 beats the count back into the ring, just barely.
The intensity etched on the face of the Bulgarian brute. As Rusev now delivering vicious stomps to a fallen Celtic Warrior.
And now Rusev.
This match is gone for too
As
long.
he continues to punish Sheamus. This is the problem. You give Rusev an opening like this, and it is dangerous as hell.
No doubt about it. Incredible quickness and agility being displayed for a man the size of Rusev.
And now he keeps up the pressure, constant movement, and a kick out by Sheamus. Rusev again back on the attack.
Good news this week. I am going to see Fantastic Four on Thursday.
Suffered that fall-away slam to our announce table moments ago.
So I am very much looking forward to that.
Trying to fight back into this.
Sheamus in a world of trouble right now. Needs to find a way to rally as the WWE Universe comes to life behind the Celtic Warrior. Does Sheamus have enough left?
Sheamus misses wildly with a clothesline, went for the back elbow that time, and Rusev now with that spinning heel kick, caught Sheamus in the face. Cover for the win here, and a kick out by the Celtic Warrior at 2, and perhaps some frustration starting to set in now for Rusev.
Well, this shouldn't come as any surprise to Rusev, who's engaged in battle with Sheamus on more than one occasion. Rusev knew when he signed the contract for this fight, it could be a long night.
And Rusev now mocking Sheamus, as Sheamus loves to play off the WWE fans. Not quite the response for Rusev as he nails Sheamus in the spine. How much longer can Sheamus keep this up? This punishment he suffers each and every week and still keeps going.
I honestly think it's what keeps Sheamus going. Sheamus lives for this. The brutality, the pain.
Toyota Center in Houston.
You're welcome to join, but you got to get your own tickets.
14,000 on hand. The penultimate Monday Night Raw before the epic two-night SummerSlam begins a week from Saturday. And Rusev and Sheamus now in a physical battle. Sheamus trying to rally Corey after that fall-away slam through the announce table before the break.
And credit to Sheamus for still hanging in this fight and now connecting with a series of heavy right hands between the eyes of Rusev.
Sheamus whipped across the ring and follows it up, and now the Celtic Warrior starting to gain some momentum.
Stringing together a series of offensive maneuvers is Sheamus. This could spell trouble for Rusev.
Oh, and a nice Irish curse backbreaker by Sheamus. It's amazing the amount of punishment this man can take and still climb back into the match. And again, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, the return of Roman Reigns to Monday Night Raw after his surprise last week. Sheamus now planning Rusev. Cover now, hook of the leg, and a kick out. Many scores to be settled by Roman Reigns. And it all begins tonight live on Monday Night Raw.
Right now it is all about Sheamus and Rusev. A true heavyweight fight in every sense of the word. The Toyota Center letting their appreciation for Sheamus be known. Can the Celtic Warrior finish the job?
And now he's got Rusev where he wants him on the apron. Looked like he's trying to go for 10 beats of the battering, and Rusev was able to hang on momentarily, but perhaps not now. Beats of the battering by Sheamus to Rusev.
Like being hit in the sternum by a sledgehammer over and over and over again. Sheamus now feeding off the energy of the WWE Universe in Houston.
Calling for the brogue.
It only takes one. Here it comes.
Got Rusev in his sights. Oh, and Rusev caught him. And man, slamming Sheamus to the canvas. Cover now by Rusev. Hooks the leg and a kick out. That was incredible. Sheamus went for the brogue. Rusev picked him out of midair.
It's obvious Rusev has done his homework and learned from past experiences with the Celtic Warrior, catching Sheamus before power bombing the life out of him.
And during the replay, Rusev went into another cover, forcing Sheamus to kick out again. And now Rusev looks like he's ticked off.
We touched on it briefly. Forcing your opponent to kick out over and over and over again will wear you down throughout the duration of the match. This could be exactly what Rusev wants.
And knee! Connecting. Sheamus with the cover. Kick out by Rusev at 2. The impact of the knee by Sheamus to Rusev. Watch this.
Watch it. You could practically feel it. That kneecapper catching Rusev right under the chin. It's almost miraculous that Rusev survived.
And there, of course, the situation. Two men physically abusing one another here tonight. Sheamus, Rusev, critical part of this matchup.
Two modern-day gladiators doing battle, trying to summon the will to continue.
I don't know how these guys do this In and out.
Are you kidding me?
And Sheamus still has enough left to do that, but Rusev met him with a right. And now the chops by Rusev.
Rusev now joining Sheamus. High-risk scenario for both athletes.
Sheamus trying to counter. A couple of right hands to the ribs. Now to the back. Back to the midsection. Sheamus pounding away.
Just a barrage of strikes from the Celtic Warrior, who's now got a little more sure footing on the top turnbuckle.
Sheamus runs into a kick by Rusev. Cover. Somehow Sheamus kicked out at 2. Rusev caught him flush and out. Looking for the accolade. Looking for the accolade on Sheamus. Submission maneuver by Rusev. That's tapped many superstars out over the years, and Rusev's got it cinched in.
I don't think there's any way out for Sheamus.
Sheamus is nowhere to go. The officials wait there, seeing if Sheamus will give up. And Sheamus now trying to make it back to his knees and somehow drag himself to the bottom rope.
Oh, look at Rusev covering Sheamus's nose and mouth.
Sheamus desperately trying to reach for the rope to force a break. How much does Sheamus have left? Rusev trying to drag him back. Trying to drag him back.
Those last few inches have got to feel like a mile for Sheamus.
And Rusev back in control. Sheamus, though, has the other hand loose now. Using his left hand to try to make it to the ropes. Rusev covering the eyes and the nose, but Sheamus going to force the break. And for Rusev, how deflating must that be?
You stubborn mule! You stubborn mule! Give out!
I think there's your answer, Cole. Rusev is irate.
I do agree with one assessment that Sheamus is stubborn. There's no doubt about that. But he's still in this fight. And now Sheamus saying, bring it! Sheamus is as nuts as Rusev is.
Sheamus out here like some kind of masochist. It's like Sheamus enjoys this pain, this physicality.
He's made a career of it.
What makes the Celtic Warrior feel alive.
And look at just like their first time around, Rusev
What
exposes
up,
the
Cat?
turnbuckle
What's
once
good?
again, looking to win in controversial manner for the second straight time. Sheamus, though, able to block.
Give me the pad and get out of that corner. No!
Heavy body
No,
shot.
no! Rusev bounced off the exposed turnbuckle.
That backfired spectacularly.
And now is the...
What's Rusev doing? Oh, he's got...
That's Sheamus' shillelagh. The official doesn't see Rusev with a shillelagh. A brogue kick by Sheamus.
Turn around, Ron.
Here's the cover. The referee back in position. Sheamus beats Rusev for the first time.
Here is your winner, Sheamus!
Well, Corey, Rusev tried to go to that exposed turnbuckle once again, but it backfired.
Well, it's one thing to slip past Sheamus on one occasion. It's very, very difficult, if not impossible, to do it on more than one occasion, as Rusev learned firsthand tonight. What a win, what a battle, what a display of grit and toughness by Sheamus. Here we see Rusev once again exposing the turnbuckle strut in the corner, but it backfired as Rusev this time, driven face first. Oh, and a brogue kick right on the ear of the Bulgarian. Good night, Rusev. What a win for Sheamus.
Yeah, that had to feel great for Sheamus, finally knocking off Rusev. Let's head back to the locker room area and Byron Saxton.
Michael, Corey, thank you so much. I'm currently standing by with El Grande Americano. And El Grande, it's not often that we actually get to hear from you. So now that I have you here, what are your goals in WWE?
No entiendo. Pero con el grande americano, la gente debe esperar lo inesperado.
Pinche mentiroso.
¿Qué pasó?
You're fake.
¿Qué quieres?
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying. You disrespect me, and you disrespect all the luchadors everywhere. But you know what? You don't have this fire.
Soy luchador, pero tú eres basura, güey.
Cabrón, ¿qué pasó?
¿Qué quieres, güey? ¿Qué quieres?
It looks Spanish isn't bad.
¿Qué quieres, güey?
So I know you need to brush up on your Spanish, but that basura means trash.
Well, nonetheless, Dragon Lee standing up for what he thinks is right, that El Grande Americano is, well, disrespecting Lucha Libre.
I bet you agree with him, don't you?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, step into the WWE writer's room. Go outside the ring with your favorite WWE superstars. It all premieres next Tuesday right here on Netflix. It's WWE Unreal. It's the new documentary series. What happens behind the scenes is as dramatic as it plays out in the ring. Here's a sneak peek.
What's going on? What happened?
I think he can go, man. He's out on his feet.
Nah, he's not going to be able to go. He can't go? Somebody's got to replace him. Somebody's got to replace him. Speed.
What?
Speed.
What?
You're in the Rumble. Go.
Are you serious?
Speed. You're in the Rumble.
Hell no.
Go.
Hell no.
I'm
already.
Go.
What you mean?
Go. Throw people over the top rope.
To the big time.
I Show Speed is in the Rumble. Somebody get the man some knee pads, some elbow pads, a crash helmet. This man is built for the moment. Had no idea he was going to be in the Rumble. Now he's sprinting his way to the ring.
He definitely did smile because I saw it too.
The following triple threat match will determine the #1 contender for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 417 pounds, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, the New Day.
Finally what? The New Day have to work for something in their career. They have to try to earn a #1 contendership for the World Tag Team title.
How dare you, Michael Cole? These men are in mourning. It's a very somber situation. I hope Woods and Kofi are up to the task.
The point I'm making, and we'll get into this in a little bit, but New Day won the World Tag titles at WrestleMania. They actually only defended them once, and then they lost. So maybe they're actually going to have some matches now to earn themselves an opportunity to get those titles back.
It's not the New Day's fault that there's a decided lack of worthy challengers when they were the tag team champions.
Well,
you don't think that Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston have earned the right, that these two know enough about WWE? They have seen and done it all. Some of the...
What is Kofi wearing?
It's all the rage in the funeral fashion world, Cole.
Oh, got it. That's right, because they're grieving the death of the tag team division.
That's right.
You guys are finally going to have a match, huh?
You know how hard it is to compete in WWE when you're mourning, when you're grieving, the way these two men are?
Next, at a combined weight of 370 pounds, the LWO.
Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde have never held the World Tag Team titles, but they have an opportunity to take another step toward that ultimate goal here tonight. Of course, accompanied by Dragon Lee, who got into it with El Grande Americano a bit earlier on. By the way, Dragon Lee is a true luchador.
Define true luchador.
He was called the future of Lucha Libre by none other than Rey Mysterio.
Sure, but do you know what it means to be a luchador? You just have to compete in the sport of Lucha Libre.
So why don't you enlighten us, Mr. Voice of AAA?
Listen, there's not enough time to educate you in one broadcast, Michael Cole. I'll text you later this week and fill you in. But the fact is, both Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde have extensive experience in Mexico in traditional lucha libre, and they bring those skills to the WWE ring every time they compete.
Accompanied by Ivy Nile, representing American Made, Julius and Brutus, the
Ivy.
Brothers.
When Chad Gable left to have shoulder surgery, he left Ivy in charge. He said, get the Creed brothers a tag title opportunity. Could happen tonight.
Bailey!
There you are. What's up, partner?
I just spoke to Pierce. You asked for this title shot today? The
Yeah.
tag team title shot. You asked to partner with me.
Yes, I did. I mean,
why would you do that?
Because we didn't get to do that at WrestleMania, dude. I'm getting our match that we were supposed to have at WrestleMania. Tag team champions. It could be us.
Hang on. Remember I beat your ass last week?
Whoa.
And I'm going to SummerSlam? That's what's next for me, okay?
Okay.
What game are you
Jesus.
playing
Look,
here?
look. That's water under the bridge, okay? The game that we are playing is winning, okay? Get ready. I'm glad you got the memo. Matching gear. I'll see you out there.
Well, WWE Late Night featuring Tony Hinchcliffe will take place at the Bergen Performing Arts Center in Englewood, New Jersey on Saturday, August 2nd at 11 p.m. Eastern as a part of SummerSlam weekend. Cody Rhodes will be a featured guest for WWE Late Night. Tickets for this closed-door, non-televised event are on sale now via Ticketmaster. Triple threat tag team action, American Made, the Latino World Order, and the New Day battling it out to see who will face the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and JD McDonough for a future World Tag Team title opportunity. Corey and I were debating a few moments ago over the fact that the New Day is grieving what they call the death of the tag team division. I'm just saying it's about time they put in some work, actually had a match to try to prove they're worthy. So the rules in this triple threat tag team matchup, 3 men will be in the ring at one time. First team to gain pinfall or submission will become the #1 contenders, and we're underway.
I find it rather insulting what you're saying about New Day. These two gentlemen should be on bereavement leave right now.
Oh my goodness.
It's a very sad state of affairs, Cole. I spoke at length with Xavier Woods earlier today about it. Look at this!
Wow! That's Brutus Creed dropping Joaquin Wilde. Brutus goes 5'11", 282.
He doesn't have both oars in the water, but the guy is strong as the day is long.
And makes a tag to his brother, Julius Creed. Remember, the Creed brothers were NXT Tag Team Champions at one point in their career. Kofi Kingston runs into a boot by Julius, who offers the delayed vertical suplex, and now a great throw to Kofi. And a kip-up. This Creed is an incredible athlete.
No doubt about it. And if we're talking raw potential, I don't know if it gets any bigger than Julius Creed. Look at this!
Wow, the double suplex into a kip-up. Julius Creed on fire. Mentioned earlier, Chad Gable recovering from shoulder surgery. Covered out. Hook of the leg and a kick out. He put Ivy Nile in charge. Said, hey, get the Creed brothers a tag title opportunity.
But Ivy understands you don't want to disappoint Master Gable while he's recovering. Tag made. Cruz del Toro now legal for the LWO. Double team incoming.
And this is what the LWO has to do to have an opportunity to win this match tonight. Frequent double teams use their quickness, their speed, their agility, and moves like that.
About halfway across the ring. About hang time. There goes Del Toro.
And Kofi with a kick back into the action. Cover now, trying to take advantage of the LWO's damage. And Kingston cover on the other side to Del Toro. And a kick out by Cruz.
Julius Creed sent to the outside, courtesy of Kofi Kingston.
The New Day, of course, 12-time tag team champions, one-time NXT tag champs, and now the double team by Kofi and Woods. This is the first match for the New Day since they lost their tag team titles to the Judgment Day a few weeks back.
Oh! Sorry, Cole, can you repeat that? I was watching Woods shake his thigh meat.
Yeah, and then, of course, delivering a great DDT, and now A long way from Nate, but
you know, some knucklehead online tried to tell me it was some guy called Fargo that invented walking like that. I don't buy it. It's an Xavier Woods strut as far as I'm concerned.
Is that a Coen Brothers?
It is.
I know you're talking about Jackie. And here we go now. Tag in, here comes Kofi Kingston. And they used to call this the Unicorn Stomp back in the days where they had a lot of fun. Big E was involved. Now I don't know what they call this.
Call it bad news for Julius Creed. That's what you can call it.
And now Kofi Kingston.
Of expert level teamwork. No one does it better.
And Kingston now with a basement drop kick, and the New Day have taken over. Who are going to be the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles?
So inspiring. New Day in cruise control at the moment. Savoring the advantage, the upper hand in this triple threat tag team matchup. Oh, wow! Blindsiding Julius Creed on the outside is Kofi Kingston.
New Day saying the day the tag team division died, the night that they lost the tag titles to the Judgment Day, they had nobody to blame but themselves. And Kofi now with a snapmare takedown of Cruz del Toro, tag made. And now the New Day looking for a double team. Kick right to the face. Xavier Woods going to follow it up with that sliding clothesline. And now Kingston. And Woods. And when they're cooking, aren't they? Here's the hook of the leg and a kick out.
Michelin star chefs inside the ring. And I talked to Woods earlier today. He actually expressed his displeasure that the War Raiders were not invited to compete in this matchup. Said it wasn't fair, and that's why the state of the division is the way it is.
Unbelievable they would say that, but I think maybe you're making things up. And Kingston now dropped right on Del Toro by Woods.
Oh my goodness.
And a kick out by Del Toro.
This
I'm not
episode
making
sucks.
anything up. I'm perhaps relaying misinformation, but that's not my fault.
No, you're just the conduit, right?
That's right.
They're now sent outside the ring.
And who could blame the New Day with the mental state they're in, dealing with all this grief?
What grief? They lost the titles. They'd lost them, what, 12 other times before? They did. 13 times they've been champions when you count NXT. And here we go now. Oh, and a kick right to the midsection. And I've never known you to not have a response to something. I'm sort of in shock.
I wasn't given the proper response by the New Day.
YouTube stream.
As you said, I'm just a conduit.